although the 10 Nuremberg Code principles have not been officially or formally implemented by any governments or agencies, they nevertheless have been very influential in shaping the regulations regarding human and animal research. So let me now go through those 10 Nuremberg Code principles and see how they relate to the animal research. Now, principles 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8, and I hope you still know what they are. They are generally required consideration for the approval of animal research by the Institutional Animal Care and Use Committee. Now, Principle 1 has not been implemented for animal research because the animals involved in the research do not have control over their own participation in the research. Now, Principle 5 is usually included in animal research with provisions such as we usually have in our protocols that involve injections. And I'll read those to you. So these are the conditions under which we will reevaluate the drug application process and only continue following reevaluation by the ICUC, or Institutional Animal Care and Use Committee. Number 1, if more than 10% of the animals die following injection. 2, if more than 20% of the animals show behavioral distress, such as hunched posture. And 3, if more than 10% of animals display seizures following injection. Now, generally, in our injection studies, we have very few problems with these things, but these are some guidelines that we have to follow to make sure that we minimize pain and distress and death to the animals in the study. Now, there are other types of experiments that actually have death as an endpoint. And for example, studying the toxicity of a drug that is considered for use in humans. This is a study that determines the LD50 of a drug, and the LD50 is the dose at which 50% of the animals die. Now, this is an exception because generally most experiments do not allow unnecessary suffering and death as an endpoint of their study. Now, Principle 9 has not been implemented for animal research because the animals are unable to request withdrawal from the study. And Principle 10, we've already discussed some of those issues with Principle 5, in that the strict conditions are set for acceptable levels of death and discomfort in a particular study. And if those levels are exceeded, the study may have to be stopped, or the procedures may have to be changed before continuation of the study is allowed by the ICUC.